So you're not motivated, right? You're not motivated when you wake up, when you told yourself the night before that you were finally going to do what you said you would do. But when the time comes to finally take action, on no matter what it is, you always find yourself lacking the motivation, lacking the fire that was there when you fantasized about doing a thing. But when push comes to shove, what you once felt is no longer there. And you realize that the path to success isn't quite as easy as you thought it would be. Uninformed optimism. We all fall victim to it. But you're not motivated, right? You're not motivated to wake up, to get up early like you said you would, to just get after it. Don't wake up. Don't start. Don't take action. Don't start on that business that you said you would. Don't go to the gym like you said you would. Don't sit down and take care of the work that you know you need to do. Don't wake up. All the winners are going to keep waking up. All the people that want success, that actually want it, are going to keep putting in the effort that is required to reach their goals. And that's the difference between losers and winners. You see, brother, losers put in the amount of effort that they think is required to reach their goals. Winners put in the amount of effort that is required to make failure impossible. Impossible. So you have to ask yourself a question, essentially. How bad do you really want it? And the whole motivation thing is funny because for those of you guys who are on social media, who are probably in the self-improvement space, I fucking hate the term self-improvement. I hate it so much. But I hear it 24/7 because that's the niche I'm in all my videos, you know, basically where I'm preaching self-improvement. But I hate the fucking term. Because to me, self-improvement is just life. That's fucking default. Self-improvement. Improving yourself. What, was I put on this planet to just decay? To just go backwards? When you're stopped at a red light and then the light turns green, do you put the car in reverse and floor it backwards? No, you go forward. So that's what life is to me. Moving forward. Every single day, I'm trying to be better than I was the day before. I love looking at myself in the mirror and knowing that I'm not where I want to be. I would fucking hate it if I would just hate it if I was just born on this planet and if I look in the mirror and I'm just perfect, no flaws, nothing to work on, ripped, rich, rare, I would fucking hate that shit. I love looking at myself and seeing the flaws, seeing the things that I need to improve. That's That's where I derive fire from. Genuinely. I'm not lying to you guys. A lot of you guys look at the flaws and the things that aren't where you want them to be, and that demotivates you somehow. Oh, I'm so far away from where I want to be. There's no point in even trying. It's going to take forever. You should want it to take forever. This is one of the reasons why I will never buy a lottery ticket. I don't want to win the lottery. I want it to be earned. Because then I'm actually going to cherish it. Humans only appreciate what is earned. This is fucking basic. This is basic, bro. But I just love looking at myself in the mirror, seeing progress that needs to be made. But you know, a lot of you guys, if you've consumed, you know, a bit of the self-improvement space, you've probably seen self-improvement guys, like some of the big names. A lot of guys in this space will give advice like, you don't feel motivated? Well, guess what? Neither do your role models. Neither does this guy or this guy. They'll name big names and that are successful. They take action regardless of the motivation. So what determines if you really become successful is if you can take action with the motivation or without. And like there'll be like those TikToks where it's like split screen, text on the screen says me when I'm motivated, me when I'm not motivated. Then it's the same clip playing of them benching at the gym or whatever. And while that's great advice. It's very true. This is the way I look at motivation. This is the way I see it. And when I started thinking like this, I realized that motivation is complete bullshit. And the example I'll use is waking up in the morning. I wake up at 3 a.m. every single day. And I'll explain why I do it. But essentially, and actually right now it's about 3:50 a.m. right now. I'm sitting in my driveway right now. Usually I'm filming these car talks in the gym parking lot, but just did my push-ups right there on the ground. It's like 20 degrees out. Posted it on my Instagram, just like I do every single morning, my 50 push-ups, so that I hold myself accountable and also motivate you guys that are following me on Instagram and see me post those every single day. And, you know, there's a reason why I do all those things, why I do the early morning push-ups. Why I take the cold shower, why I journal, why I drink my 40 ounces of water. There's a reason why I do all these things before I get to work in the morning. And it's not just because of this, you know, winter arc, early morning wake up, cold shower, you'll be successful. Alpha male. It's none of that bullshit. It goes deeper than that. And while giving yourself habits like those that are always going to challenge you mentally and physically, while those things are great and they'll subconsciously translate into the work you do and into your personal development, they're not the things that are going to make you successful. Taking action on what actually moves the needle is what's going to make you successful. But those habits supercharge the work that I do. There's guys that can just roll out of their bed and get to work. I'm not one of those guys. I've tried that. My work quality is shit when I do that, and I want it to be as optimal as possible. And the morning routine isn't some 3-hour long bullshit fucking routine. It's not. I get those things done probably in 30 minutes or less. And then I'm high frequency. And that's the reason I do those things, is putting myself into a high frequency state. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Like I said, a lot of these gurus on social media in the self-improvement space will preach motivation and how you need to take action regardless of if the motivation is there. It's going to be there some days, it's not going to be there other days, but you have to take action, you have to be consistent. And that's very true. But here's how I look at motivation. You're not supposed to be motivated when you wake up. The temptation to sleep in, the comforts, the doubts, slipping into your mind, they're always going to be there. Your brain is psychologically wired. Probably biologically too, but I'm not going to get into all that shit. Your mind is wired as a human being to search for the easy way to do something. For survival. It's always going to do that. But if you can train your brain to go the hard way, the universe is going to reward you for that. It will. My point, back to it. You're not supposed to feel motivated in the morning. When you wake up, when that alarm goes off, you're fucking lucky. You're lucky if you have motivation in that moment, if you have a spark of fire, of drive to conquer. Because that is not normal. That is not normal. Being unmotivated is normal. And I'll tell you why. Because when you wake up first thing in the morning, you have no momentum. You've been laying down in a bed for 8 hours straight, not doing anything, letting your body recover from the effort that you displayed ruthlessly the day before. Because hopefully you didn't just sit on your ass and watch Netflix and eat fucking Cheetos all day. Because then you're going to have a lot of potential energy that you went to bed with. I mean, I don't know if you guys are trying to get cancer, but yeah, keep doing that if that's the outcome you want. But anyways, waking up in the morning is going to feel unmotivated. It's supposed to, because you have no momentum. You have no momentum. When you're letting your body recover all night, you're laying in a still position, like I said. Letting your body recover from the fact that you put in a ruthless amount of effort the day before in the gym, destroying your body so it can recover and become stronger. Mentally, on your business, tackling your tasks for the day, using your brain to problem solve, you're going to bed with no potential energy. Hopefully. Because you have a limited amount of it. And while your body is recovering overnight, you're not moving anymore. So when you wake up in the morning, you have no momentum. And I know I'm being redundant by continuing to say these things because I need it to stick in your brain. This is so fucking important. If you carry this with you for the rest of your life, you are going to move differently. Watch this video more than once if you have to. And I'm not just saying that to get fucking views. I don't give a fuck. Screen record this video. Save it to your phone and block my channel. I don't care. I'm not trying to get views here. But I want you to understand this. This is why I'm being so redundant. You're waking up with no momentum. Because this topic is so stupid. We struggle with motivation so much for some reason. And it's such a limiting belief for so many people. And this is how you truly crack through to it. When you wake up in the morning, you have no momentum. So you're not going to feel motivated. You're not supposed to. You're lucky if you do. So once you get out of bed and you start moving and you start doing things, what's going to happen is you're going to become motivated through taking action. Did you see that? Most of you guys look for the cue of being motivated to take action, instead of taking action to be motivated. This is why so many men get stuck in the cycle of complacency, of staying where they are, of never moving forward and reaching their potential. Is because they think that being motivated is the cue to go. But when you don't feel motivated, that is your sign to take action. Because when you actually take action, that's when you build momentum. Because your body and your brain is going, oh, now we're doing shit. And you're going to feel motivated because you're going to feel accomplished. That is how you truly conquer the day. That's the reason why I do the early morning habits. When I wake up in the morning, do I want to sit down on my computer and get to work? No, I don't. No, I don't. So what I do is, I get up and I force myself to do things that are difficult, small things, not things that take forever, small things that are difficult that I don't feel like doing in the moment. Because I know that it's a system that I put in place in a structure that is literally designed to motivate me every single fucking time. And it works every single day. 3 a.m., a time I do not want to get up at. I want to sleep in. So what are we going to do? We're going to take the hard path. 3 a.m., I wake up, and if I successfully get out of bed, my brain goes, okay, we're up now. We're up at a time that most people won't get up at because it's difficult. Most people are sleeping in their beds right now, and I'm up. Boom. Just got a win under my belt. Within 10 seconds of my alarm going off. Now I'm building momentum. I'm still unmotivated, kind of. I'm groggy. I just woke up. My eyes are half open. But then I conquered the second thing. Make my bed. Such a small and stupid thing. Is folding the sheets in a particular way and placing my pillow nicely. Is that what's going to make me a millionaire? No, not that action, not that thing directly. Indirectly, though, I'd argue it probably does. But the reason I do it, again, is to build momentum. On top of that, there's other reasons why I do that, My bed is in my room, and if my room looks neat and structured, that's going to translate into the work that I do when I'm in my room. A cluttered space is a cluttered mind. Subconsciously, it affects you. As much as people want to say it doesn't. It does. It does. I would guarantee you. There's probably studies that have been done on it. I don't fucking know. But I guarantee you, if you took 200 people and you all gave them a task to do for an hour straight within a room, and 100 of those people had a messy ass room, clothes everywhere, empty food containers everywhere, it looked dirty, compared to and the other 100 with a clean, no spots, no dirty things lying everywhere. I guarantee you the people with the clean environment would perform better. They would be more focused, less distracted, and the quality of their work would be better. Guarantee you. So that's a whole nother reason why I do it. But back to the main thing. It builds momentum. Me folding my sheets in a certain way, making the bed look nice, is the second thing that I do. And by the time I finish it, that's another one I got under my belt. Now I'm feeling more motivated. Not too much yet. It's only been about a minute in since waking up, but a little bit. And there's a bonus to making your bed too. Because once it's made neatly and you're up, you don't want to get back in bed because you don't want to mess it up. You know, it looks all neat. It's all folded nicely. It's all clean. That's a easy obstacle you can put in your way to prevent you from giving into the temptation to getting back in bed, which I struggled with horribly in the beginning of my journey back in January of 2024. But I've learned and I've adapted and I've evolved the routine to what it is now. But then by the time I finish making my bed, which, by the way, I do instantly, because when the alarm goes off and I'm getting out of bed, every second that I even consider going back to sleep makes it easier to get back into the temptation. So it is absolutely crucial that when I'm in that low frequency state, first thing in the morning, in my most negative state, that I force myself as soon as possible, like a robot on autopilot, to do the things instantly, to get up, immediately make my bed, and do the things instantly that are going to start to elevate that frequency. Because I want those temptations to disappear as soon as possible so that I don't give in to them. So I'm making the bed before my eyes are even open. I've done it for so many days. It's literally habit now. It's muscle memory. I just start folding the sheets. I don't even think about it. It's literally impossible for me to fail now. But anyways, after the bed is made, what do? And I've filmed this routine a couple of times actually on the channel. I've vlogged it for you guys. From the moment my alarm went off, I filmed everything I did. I showed you guys. And for those of you guys who might be new, you probably haven't seen those videos. So if you're curious on what a high frequency routine looks like that will motivate you every single day, go check out those videos. I don't have that many yet, so it shouldn't be too hard to find. But then after I make my bed, grab my 40 ounces of water, I go downstairs, fill it up, 40 ounces of water, because a hydrated mind is a powerful mind. And that's 8 hours again, laying in my bed that I haven't been drinking. So I'm going to be dehydrated. So it's important to hydrate yourself as soon as possible. Fill up that 40 ounces of water, come outside, put the water bottle on the ground, prop my phone up on it, film my 50 push-ups outside, no matter what the weather is. Doesn't matter if it's 20 degrees, doesn't matter if it's raining, doesn't matter if it's warm out, doesn't matter. Do the 50 push-ups because it's something I don't want to do. I don't want to go outside in the cold and do push-ups. Film it, post it on my Instagram, like I said, to hold me accountable and to motivate you guys. And I come back inside, start making my coffee, which I don't usually drink till like an hour after I wake up, though. Drinking my 40 ounces of water, I go back upstairs, take a cold shower, freezing cold. Again, I post this on my Instagram sometimes. Turn the water all the way cold, turn it on, get under for about 60 seconds, and just the feeling of stepping into the water and stepping into the fear is what dissipates it immediately. All the anxiety that is built up, it's going to be so uncomfortable. It's so cold. Everything in my body is telling me not to do it. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do this. But I still do it. Because I told myself I'm going to. And I have to stay true to my word. There's no other option. And I get into that water, and the minute I step under and the shock floods my body, all the fear dissipates. And there are a lot of real-world examples of taking the step towards action that you fear, that stepping into a cold shower will translate into, believe me. But I step under that cold shower for about 60 seconds. And there's tons of health benefits to cold exposure too. You know, improved boosting your immune system. You know, improves your ability to handle stress. Circulation, all those things. And then I get out of the cold shower. And man, after that, are you woken up? Now you're definitely not going back to bed. And it's just, if you've never done it, it's such a refreshing feeling the minute you turn off the water and you can feel your body tingling back up from the warmth of not being under the water anymore and just feeling so refreshed and so awake. It's just something that I truly feel bad for anyone who chooses not to experience that in their life. So definitely try it. I recommend it so much. But I get out of the cold shower and I journal 1 full page, top to bottom. I just let my mind flow onto the paper. I reaffirm the actions that I'm going to take during the day and my goals. And what is written is retained. So I always do that. I always journal that every single day, just so I set my mind clear and I set the foundation from the minute I wake up. So I know what I'm doing throughout the day because I'm reaffirming it to myself constantly through writing, through physical investment. It's huge. Then after that, you know, I finish the rest of my 40 ounces of water if I haven't already, because I try to consume that within the first hour of waking up. And then boom, I can get to work in a high frequency state. I'm awake, I'm alert. The quality of my work is going to be better. I'm going to be more focused. But the point is, I'm going to be motivated. I'm going to want to do the work. And that, brother, is how you wake up motivated. By creating the motivation, not waiting for it to come to you. Because that is not even logical. How is something going to come to you out of thin air, out of accident? The universe will not give you an output if you don't give it an input. This is so basic. And some of you guys don't get it, and it just blows my mind. The universe isn't going to give you an output if you don't give it an input. This is like going into like the laws of physics, bro. The motivation happens when you force yourself to be motivated by taking action, by creating it in the form of effort, in the form of sacrifice. Do you think that if you wanted to become a millionaire and own a business that's really successful, that if you just think about it, magically you're going to wake up one day and check your bank account and there's going to be $10 million in there and you're like, oh shit, my business is running nice and strong. I haven't even started it yet. Man, I'm glad it's doing so well. No. Why would the business generate you money if you haven't even created it yet? Why are you going to wake up motivated if you haven't even created that motivation? Are you starting to understand it now? This is how it works. It absolutely disgusts me when people have all the dreams and motivations, not motivations, and they have all of the dreams and goals of accomplishments, but they live in a complete state of inaction. Do you really want those things, or do you just like the idea of thinking about having them? Do you just like the idea of having a Lambo? The idea of living in a mansion? The idea of having that perfect relationship with that dream partner of yours, that dream girl? Do you just like the idea of location and time freedom, of being able to go wherever you want and do whatever you want, have the Rolex on your wrist, have the yacht? Do you like the idea? Do you just like the idea of success? And are you just not willing to endure the process that it takes to get there? Because the process is what excites me. You shouldn't want to have all those things given to you because you're not going to appreciate them. You'll realize how quickly a dull existence that is. Trust me. You want to earn it. So, brother, stop waiting to be motivated to start. Stop waiting for it to be January 1st so you can start your New Year's resolutions, your social constructs, and finally start taking action. And just realize that your life isn't going to change until you tell it that you want it to change. Inputs and outputs. That's all it is. How bad do you want it? Show the universe how bad you want it. Don't think about how bad you want it. Show the universe how bad you want it. And do what is required to make failure impossible, to ensure that you get there. Get after it, brother.